Dogs see in black and white. Myth busted. What your dog actually sees will shock you. Hey there, animal lovers and curious minds. Welcome to FactSpark, where we dig up the coolest, wildest, and most surprising truths about the natural world. Today, we're tackling a classic, the idea that our beloved pups see everything in black and white. It's a tale as old as time, right? You picture your furry best friend living in a grayscale movie, wagging their tail at a world devoid of vibrant hues. But what if I told you that widely accepted notion is, well, a total myth? Get ready to have your mind blown, because we're about to leap headfirst into the dazzling, colorful, yes, colorful world of how dogs really see. We'll sniff out the science behind their unique peepers, uncover their secret visual superpowers, and dish out some super practical tips to make their world even more amazing. Spoiler alert, it's way more vibrant and complex than you ever imagined. If you love dogs, love science, and get a kick out of busting old myths, stick around. And tell us in the comments, what's one thing you always believed about dog vision? So how did this black and white rumor get so much traction? It wasn't just some random bark in the park. This urban legend actually wagged its way into our lives from early scientific research back in the 1930s. Back then, scientists thought dogs were completely colorblind, living in a world of pure gray. And once an idea like that gets its paws in the door, it's pretty tough to get it to leave. For decades, this belief stuck around like burrs on a retriever, even as new discoveries in eye science started painting a much more colorful picture. Modern studies, using fancy new techniques and a deeper understanding of canine eyeballs, have officially sent this myth to the doghouse. It just goes to show how those simple, catchy stories can hang around in popular culture long after the real science has moved on. That's why we're here at FactSpark, to fetch you the latest and greatest truths. To truly get a grip on how dogs see color, let's take a quick peek inside their amazing eyes. Just like us, dogs have special cells in their retinas called rods and cones. Think of rods as the night owls and motion detectors. They're brilliant at picking up dim light and movement. Cones, on the other hand, are the party animals responsible for all the color. Now for the big reveal. Drumroll, please. Humans typically have 3 types of cones: red, green, and blue, which lets us see a rainbow of colors. We're what you call trichromatic. But dogs, they've only got 2 types of cones, blue and yellow. This means they have dichromatic vision, kind of like a human who's red-green colorblind. So, they're rock stars at seeing shades of blue and yellow, plus all sorts of grays. But red and green, to them, those colors are just different shades of gray, brown, or yellowish brown. Imagine tossing a bright red ball into a lush green lawn. To you, it screams, "Fetch me." But to your dog, that red ball might just look like a dull yellowish-brown blob, practically camouflaged against the yellowish-gray grass. It's like a super hard game of Where's Waldo for them. This unique eye setup isn't a flaw, it's an evolutionary superpower. For their ancestors, who were often hunting at dawn or dusk, spotting a wide array of colors wasn't nearly as important as catching the subtle twitch of a rabbit in dim light. Their visual system is perfectly tuned for their wild roots, prioritizing survival skills over a vibrant art palette. That's why, even after thousands of years of snuggles and belly rubs, their color vision hasn't gone full human. It just wasn't necessary for their amazing journey alongside us. So, while we see a full spectrum of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and gray, your dog's world is more about blues, yellows, and grays. Red might look gray or dark brown, green turns into a yellowish hue, orange becomes yellow, and purple transforms into blue. Pretty wild, right? While their color palette might be a bit more minimalist, dogs are absolute ninjas in low-light conditions. This is where their vision truly shines. Literally. They've got way more rods in their retinas than we do, making their eyes super sensitive to even the faintest glimmer of light. Rods are the MVPs for seeing in the dark and picking up those black and white details. But wait, there's more. They also have a secret weapon, a special reflective layer behind their retina called the tapetum lucidum. This layer acts like a built-in mirror, bouncing light back to those light-sensing cells for a second chance at detection. It's like hitting the rewind button on light, and it dramatically boosts their night vision. Oh, and guess what? It's also the reason their eyes seem to glow spookily in the dark. Plus, their larger pupils let in more light, and their lens is closer to the retina, making everything brighter. All these cool features mean dogs can see in light 5 times dimmer than what we can even register. Their night vision is somewhere between ours and a cat's. And let's be real, cats are the undisputed champions of nocturnal stealth. This incredible ability is another evolutionary win. Since bright, detailed color vision wasn't a top priority for their ancestors' hunting habits, their eyes became optimized for low light sensitivity. This specialization lets them totally dominate in environments where we'd be stumbling around like clumsy toddlers. So, if you're out for a late-night stroll with your pup, know they've got the night vision covered. If you've ever watched your dog instantly lock onto a squirrel across the park that you didn't even notice, you've witnessed their jaw-dropping motion detection skills. Dogs have a super-fast critical flicker fusion rate, which basically means they're way better at spotting movement and processing fast-moving objects than we are. They can spot a moving object from up to 900 meters away, but that same object needs to be a mere 585 meters away if it's standing still. Talk about a built-in squirrel radar. This makes them perfectly equipped for hunting and tracking. Their enhanced motion sensitivity is a whopping 10 to 20 times greater than ours, allowing them to pick up on tiny shifts in body posture and movement. That's why those silent hand signals in training work like magic. This amazing motion sensing ability is a direct result of their evolutionary journey, where their visual system prioritized detecting movement, overseeing a full spectrum of colors. Interestingly, while they're fantastic at spotting slow motion, like a camouflaged critter barely stirring, they're not as great as humans at detecting coherent motion, like a bunch of dots moving together in a pattern. It's like their eyes are specifically tuned to catch bigger, slower-moving targets, perfect for a predator on the prowl. Now, while dogs are motion masters, their visual acuity, or how sharp and clear their vision is, isn't quite as crisp as ours. Most dogs have about 20/75 vision, compared to our sparkling 20/20 standard. This means if you can see something clearly at 75 feet, your dog needs to be just 20 feet away to see it with the same detail. So yeah, the world can look a little fuzzy around the edges for them, especially far away. They also don't have a fovea, which is that super sharp, cone-packed spot in our eyes that gives us detailed central vision. Instead, dogs have something called a visual streak, which helps a bit but doesn't quite hit the fovea's level of detail. Plus, they have fewer ganglion cells sending visual info to their brain. It's like their brain gets a lower resolution image, where you can almost see the pixels if you zoom in. And for most dogs, anything closer than 10 to 18 inches is also a bit blurry. But here's a cool trade-off. Dogs have incredible peripheral vision. Their eyes are set wider apart on their heads, giving them a much broader field of view, usually 220 to 290 degrees compared to our 180 degrees. This super wide view helps them spot movement from almost every angle, which is a huge bonus for a hunter or a vigilant companion. The downside? That wide peripheral view means a narrower binocular vision zone. While they do see in 3D, their depth perception isn't as precise as ours. This can sometimes make judging distances tricky, especially for still objects or when navigating tricky spots like stairs. Ever seen a dog hesitate on a monochromatic staircase? That's because without color contrast, their limited depth perception makes it hard to tell where one step ends and the next begins. This just goes to show that a dog's world is a symphony of all their senses. Their specialized vision works hand in paw with their amazing sense of smell and super hearing. If a visual cue is missing, they might just sniff or listen their way through. Ready for some more positively fascinating dog eye facts? Did you know dogs have a third eyelid? It's called the nictitating membrane, a whitish tissue tucked in the corner of their eye near their nose. It's like a built-in windshield wiper, helping to protect and lubricate their eyes. And get this, Some studies suggest dogs can actually see ultraviolet UV light, a spectrum totally invisible to us humans. This means they might be picking up on things in dim light that we completely miss, like hidden patterns on fur or even old urine marks that are invisible to our eyes. Ever wonder why those puppy dog eyes are so ridiculously effective? Scientists believe dogs actually evolved specific facial muscles around their eyes that aren't as strong in wolves. These muscles let them raise their inner eyebrow, creating that irresistible, sad puppy look that melts our hearts and triggers our nurturing instincts. It even helps them get adopted faster. And here's a fun one. Your dog can always see its own nose, but don't worry, their super smart brain is constantly filtering it out, so they're not walking around perpetually distracted by their own sniffer. Talk about a clever canine trick. While most dog eyes are a lovely shade of brown, they can also sport blue, golden, or hazel peepers. Some breeds, like Huskies or Australian Shepherds, can even have 2 different colored eyes, which is usually just a cool genetic quirk and doesn't mean they have vision problems. The evolution of puppy dog eyes is a perfect example of how dogs have adapted not just to their physical world, but to their social world with us humans. And the nose filtering trick? That's just their brain being super efficient, letting them focus on what really matters in their amazing world. It all just proves how truly special our bond with these incredible creatures is. Knowing how dogs see the world isn't just cool science, it's packed with awesome practical applications for us pet parents. First up, choosing the best toys. Now that we know dogs see blue and yellow best, this is a game changer for playtime. Picking toys in these colors can seriously boost your dog's excitement and enjoyment. Imagine tossing a bright red ball into green grass. To you, it's a beacon, but to your dog, that red ball might just look like a dull brown or gray, blending right into the yellowish-gray lawn. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack for them. A vibrant blue or yellow toy, however, will pop vividly against most backgrounds, making it a breeze for your pup to spot, track, and retrieve. This little trick boosts their confidence and makes fetch way more fun. Visually stimulating toys can even perk up your dog's mood and energy. Toys that really stand out are more likely to grab their attention and get them super excited during play, creating a richer, more stimulating experience. So, next time you're toy shopping, remember, blue and yellow are your best friends. They'll make playtime a blast and keep your furry pal mentally stimulated. To be clear, blue and yellow, and their bright shades, are the best toy colors because they stand out vividly to dogs, are easily distinguishable on most backgrounds, and enhance engagement and play enjoyment. Think a yellow toy on green grass or a blue toy on a sandy beach. Much easier to spot. Colors to avoid include red, green, orange, and purple, as they appear as shades of gray-brown, or yellow to dogs, easily blending into surroundings and making them less interesting. Understanding dog vision also helps us become master trainers, since dogs rely on contrast to tell objects, shapes, and movements apart. Using high-contrast training aids is incredibly effective. Think about using bright blue or yellow markers or targets against a plain background. This makes everything super clear for your dog, cutting down on frustration and making it a breeze for them to follow your commands. Clear, distinct hand signals are also a must, especially since their vision isn't super sharp at a distance. So, when you're giving a visual cue, get a little closer to your pup to make sure they see it perfectly. Want to really make your hand signals pop? Try wearing contrasting clothing, like bright yellow gloves with a blue jacket. Even though they don't see colors like we do, dogs can learn to associate specific objects or situations with certain colors. For example, they might learn that a yellow traffic cone means stop, or a blue mat means go to your place. By tweaking our training methods to fit their unique vision, like using high-contrast tools and clear gestures, we can make training sessions way more effective and enjoyable for our dogs. It's all about speaking their language visually. This approach builds clearer communication, reduces confusion, and ultimately strengthens that amazing bond you share. Beyond playtime and training, understanding dog vision is absolutely critical for safety. When you're picking out collars, leashes, or outdoor gear, especially for those evening walks or trips to busy parks, steer clear of reds and greens. Instead, go for colors that are in their visual sweet spot, bright blues and yellows. This isn't just about helping them see, it's about making them super visible to everyone else out there, like drivers or cyclists who rely on color contrast, especially when the light is fading. Even though dogs can see better in the dark than we can, their color limitations still affect how well they can distinguish things like a red leash against a busy background. And let's face it, human drivers need to spot your dog easily in all sorts of lighting. So choosing blue or yellow gear maximizes visibility for both your dog against certain backdrops. And, more importantly, for humans who might not see red or green clearly in dim light or against a chaotic scene. It's all about being proactive and thinking smart to keep your furry family members safe and sound. So, the next time someone tries to tell you dogs see in black and white, you can confidently tell them, myth busted! Our incredible canine companions see a world rich with blues, yellows, and shades of gray, perfectly adapted for their amazing lives, from their superior night vision and uncanny motion detection to those irresistible puppy dog eyes and even a potential secret UV sight. Dog vision truly is a marvel of nature, a testament to millions of years of incredible evolution. Understanding how our dogs perceive the world allows us to connect with them on a deeper level, making playtime more engaging, training more effective, and their lives safer and happier. It's not about seeing less color. It's about seeing the world differently, in a way that makes them the uniquely perceptive, incredible companions we adore. Appreciating their distinct senses only strengthens our bond. What was your favorite fact about dog vision? What surprised you the most? Share in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on this colorful journey into canine vision here at FactSpark. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and give your beloved furry friend an extra big hug.